Welcome back to Pace Immigration, talking once again with immigration lawyer extraordinaire Andy Semichuk from Pace Law Firm. It's time for the speed round where we take questions off Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn that were sent to us. I ask Andy very quickly to maybe help some people out. What do you say?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, here we go. Number one, we got this one. Is the handling of the case for a civil engineer or technician taken first? I imagine they mean, is it taken in some kind of priority sequence? And is a certificate justifying a knowledge of English and French essential at the time of the interview?
Okay, well, as far as being an engineer or technician goes, they don't get any priorities necessarily. They're dealt with like any other skilled worker. Unfortunately, engineers don't go onto the self-petitioning category of skilled workers, so that means they need an employer in Canada who's offering them a job and files a certain type of application that makes it possible for them to come into Canada as a skilled worker. As far as the English language issue goes, or the French language, they are going to have to pass a test and show that they know enough English to be able to work in Canada.
Okay, let's go on to number two. I just got my immigration for Canada and I wanted to know how my parents can apply for the quote-unquote super visa. Can you tell me how they are eligible for the super visa? And in fact, we had another person this week as well asking about the super visa. What is it? Who's eligible?
Okay, super visa in Canada replaced sponsorship of parents and grandparents, which was there before. At the moment, that category is closed, but the super visa, which is basically a visitor's visa, an extended visitor's visa, has replaced it. So now parents and grandparents can be brought to Canada on a visitor's status for 2 years, provided the sponsor shows that they have sufficient income to merit gaining this visa, and usually that's going to mean probably around the $50,000 mark or more family income.
And that's not the parent, that's the family.
The family here in Canada, and the family has to buy the parent or grandparent medical insurance for the year and also satisfy other sort of requirements. The parents and grandparents have to show that they have sufficient roots back home so that at the end of the 2 years they're going to be going back home and not staying necessarily in Canada.
Okay. Number three. Hi, I want to know what is the best category for immigration to Canada for a 21-year-old with a diploma in food engineering, no job experience, but she wants to study here as well as earn money in Canada. What's the best route to go?
No such animal as such, but here's a recommendation for her. There's a program called SWAP, S-W-A-P.
Okay.
I recommend looking it up on Google on the internet. It enables students who have just graduated or recent graduates to come to Canada to work for a period of up to 1 year. And in the course of that 1 year, she can get oriented as to what to do next. Otherwise, this person would probably have to sign up at a college or university and continue their studies. And the problem there is, of course, you have to have the money in order to pay for the tuition. But it's a catch-22. No experience equals a problem with respect to coming to Canada unless someone offers her a job and goes through a terrific effort to get her in as a sort of semi-skilled worker.
Okay, so SWAP is something.
SWAP is good for her. Have her check that out.
Okay. Now, these next two, I'm going to put them together, but this first one says, after I was accepted the province of Quebec from the Canadian Embassy in Syria in 2009, they asked me to resend my documents to the embassy again for the federal part. I did that in 2010, and until now, there's been nothing. I tried to call them by phone and fax. I even traveled to Syria. Nothing. Next question. Hey there, if I received approval for temporary foreign worker, as you said, it takes 6 to 8 months' time, but why do the embassies outside Canada take so long? People wait 1 to 2 years. Why? Thanks. Putting those two together, things are tough all over. Different countries, different wait times. Maybe explain a bit of that.
Okay. The Syrian question, there's a civil war going on in Syria, so it's not surprising that this individual is having trouble or being delayed in terms of processing. To that individual, I would recommend trying something inside Canada, retrying to qualify for immigration in Canada. It sounds like they may be eligible for Canadian Experience Class as a possibility. If he's been in Canada working for 2 years, he may be eligible to apply from within Canada. Otherwise, you have to hold your nose and just wait until one day you can come up and surface when the civil war in Syria is over, or when Canada gets their act together in terms of processing there. Generally, processing for temporary workers is very good worldwide. There's only 1 or 2, maybe 3 consulates where it's a problem. The Philippines is one, Chennai in India is another, Singapore is a third, where it's taking over a year for people to get a temporary work permit. Otherwise, it's a matter of months. So I'm not sure why this individual is having a problem unless there's something peculiar to their particular case.
Okay, there you go. That's the speed round with Andy Semichuk from Pace Immigration at Pace Law Firm. Andy, we'll see you next week for some more questions. And if you have any questions, don't forget Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, find us online, put the questions on the walls, and we'll get to them. Bye.